All right. All right. Well, with that, let's dive into tonight's episode of Forging Fates. Okay, so picking up where we left off. As the team has arrived in Lirangorn, they were spent the night in one of the few inns throughout the city, having made their way in. Whisper disguising herself as the now dead Malice, who she so crudely dispatched and stole their horns. But from there, they all bedded down for the evening to rest, recover, and try and get an idea of what the plan is going to be for the next day. With that, several of the members of the Fist that had stayed up on the first watch of guard were... Yeah, I think... All right. I have things open that I usually don't have open in there. For whatever reason, Streamlabs is being a pain in the butt. I think I just fixed it, though, so... Anyways, several of the members of the Fists, including Whisper, Finnick, and Gormrog, all began to have nightmares. While familiar to the nightmares several of them have had in the past, it was a different air to them, a little bit more of a subtle outside influence seeming to enter in and help guide these dreams in a certain direction. Whisper confronted her sister. Finnick confronted her parents. And Gormrog was visited by Polaris and then Tristan. From there, the group eventually woke up. Tristan refusing to rest anymore for that evening, and all of you began to feel the weight of the exhaustion from this time sleep in, though you were able to shrug it off in the end. From there, you all made your way out to... What happened? Tristan slept 6 hours. That's what it was. Tristan slept a lot, not at all. My apologies.
Yeah, the rest of us stayed awake, and
Yes.
Tristan slept, and we all took a point of exhaustion.
Yes.
Except for me. I slept what I needed.
Right.
Except for Whisper, yeah.
Yes. Through some investigation, you found out that the nightmares had begun to happen within a week after the queen had the old queen had died, and were reaffirmed that Empress Dale is now on the throne, even though Rodon was the one who should have taken up that mantle. You began to make your way through different shops, ordering armor, seeing that there was a new set of wyvern armor being constructed for Balin in one of the blacksmith's forge that you went to. You eventually made your way to the Gilded Lily, which you have happened upon the town gossip, and were presented with several theories as to what might be happening in the city. You also found out some information that something had been going on in the cave where the moon dragon's skeleton was. Found out the history of the moon dragon, and eventually found your way back over to an inn for the afternoon to get some food and to kind of come up with a battle plan. From there, you ordered your food. Tristan dozed off, and being abruptly woken up by Clover, found him to enter into almost a fit, seeing that the animalistic nature that usually accompanies his rage being a little bit more prevalent in this space, and he eventually ran out towards the temple, the large tree/temple in the center of the city, and came upon the high elf there, the high priestess Erwin, in the Moonweaver's temple. From there, Tristan revealed his true last name, and that is where we're going to pick up. So, Tristan, as you stand in front of the high priestess once more, having revealed your true name, you hear the rest of the group. Is anyone not coming into the grove? I believe you all said you were going to follow. Okay.
Yeah, we were all chasing.
As you reveal your full name, you hear the rest of the fists make their way up behind you. And you see the high priestess kind of glance behind you as she acknowledges them.
And I'm still in that. I'm still like kind of half transforming.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long does it last? It lasts 10 minutes, or right?
The ability.
Yeah.
It lasts 1 minute.
Oh, okay. So then I would say it's fading at this point.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of just stand like in shades, look up, and I'm gonna stay quiet until they all get closer.
Okay. Good evening, all of you, or afternoon rather. I am High Priestess Erwin. I assume this is one of your compatriots.
Yeah. He's my brother.
Very well. What has brought you to the temple today? She looks back towards you, Tristan.
I have a lot of questions and a lot of uncertainties about what's happening with me right now. I'm not sure where to get the answers. This feels like the best place that I can follow right now.
Well, the Moonweaver works and twists fate for all those, so it seems that you have been brought here. Well, let us see what we can do. Clover and Whisper, roll a perception check for me.
That was good.
10.
Ooh, pretty light. 25.
Okay. So, I will say, Clover, you notice as your group kind of comes into this grove around this tree, very confusing space, the way Elven cities are set up, and you've not really ever seen anything like it. Things are laid out in a very odd manner, it would seem, but you see this squirrel kind of on a tree nearby, kind of look at you guys as you all run in, runs down the tree, and runs over to like this pile of it looks like a pile of leaves almost. Why there'd be brown leaves in the middle of spring is you're not really sure, but you feel these leaves kind of brush up as the squirrel runs in and blow towards the rest of the party, and you see a head pop up from the leaves.
Oh, guys, this place is weird. Just pointing to the leaves.
What does the head look like?
Quell, will you go ahead and describe what your character looks like for us?
Okay.
Hey.
Quell, like, after the squirrel kind of rustles with the leaves and a couple of them kind of blow your way, You see Quell, you see the head of a tall, slender elf. It looks like sit up straight out of the leaves, and a couple of them fall out of his armor. It's like red gold armor. He himself has orange hair, orange face, all orange skin, yellow eyes, like high cheekbones. Like he's got a more masculine face than you're used to with an elf, but he's still slender, tall, very elfy. Those of you who know more about elves would know that he's an Eladrin. And he looks over to the group, looks at the squirrel, and it shakes its head. And he goes, "Okay, Bernie." And he looks over the group, he kind of squints like he didn't expect something, turns his head, and he gets up out of the pile of leaves. Looks like he would like, that's how he trances. And he gets up and he just shakes all the leaves off. He walks over to your group. Erwin kind of makes way for him as he walks past her. And he gives you like a nice low bow. And he says, "I'm Quell, the right hand of Melora. She sent me to help you."
Well,
The
this
right hand of Melora. What a title.
I call myself that. She doesn't like it.
well, Quell, is this the sign you've been waiting for, you think?
Oh, this is definitely who I've come to help.
Well, that's reassuring.
Of course, the Moonweaver would bring them here. That's so convenient. It's nice to meet you all. I was not told your names.
I'm gonna jump forward. Hey, I'm Whisper. That was really cool. Is that squirrel your pet? Can I pet it?
Oh, he's his own squirrel. I've made friends with him the last couple of days in the grove. A couple more too. The squirrels in this grove are very wise. Thanks, Martin. You too.
You were sent to help us?
Yes. I know it's definitely you. I'm a bit confused as to how, but I'm sent where I'm needed, and the Lord doesn't make mistakes, as far as I'm concerned.
Do they not like when you say that too?
Well, they don't weigh in on everything I say, but I've heard the leaves rustle a little loud when I call myself her right hand, so I'm assuming she's speaking in the contrary.
Oh, I'm Clover.
Oh, nice to meet you, Clover. Very nice to meet you. You seem, seems like a great group for you. You seem really like you're part of the group. That's good.
I don't know who you think you are to say that about me, but thank you. Yes.
Oh. I apologize. I just make some assumptions. You see, as far as like why I'm here, there's always one of two reasons that Melora sends me somewhere, and usually it's pretty evident which kind of mission I'm on. Either she'll send me to go help a group, usually on this plane, so that checks. But oftentimes she'll transport me elsewhere, usually in the Feywild, to help free some noble Harengon.
Unless you
I don't understand anything he just said.
And
I don't think that we're that plain.
you see him like think again, like he doesn't quite understand, and then he realizes that it doesn't seem like anyone in this group knows what a Harengon is.
No, those words went over our head. I'm Gormrog, that's Tristan, that's Finnick. We're the Fists of Fate. Tristan came here for a reason. No offense to you. He's got questions.
I'm here to help you with what you need.
Sir. Huh? What?
Finnick, why does Gormrug look like he did when Polaris was hanging out with us?
I'll explain it later.
Okay.
Tristan, what are your questions?
Tristan is just looking down at the ground and looking around, and as Gormrog says that, he goes to look at the...
Hello there.
And then looks back at him, and then kind of just tucks his head down and walks over towards Gormrog, turns around, nods to the new, very odd showing up elf, and just doesn't say a word. Gives Gormrog the look like, no.
Well,
Go ahead.
I get into closer to him. I was hoping to be able to do this in private. Definitely not in front of strangers. Especially ones that just pop out of nowhere.
Do I hear him say that?
roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
I don't think it was out of nowhere, but he was definitely chilling in some leaves. He's an elf, though.
I
And
got a
trusted by your priestess.
26? Yeah, you definitely heard them.
cool, and he'll just go, "I'll be over here when you need me," and he'll like backsplash into the leaves and try to give them their privacy back in his favorite terrain.
Okay.
Tristan, forgive us for following you, but we were just concerned. You just started to freak out and ran.
The privacy I was talking about was about that, and he looks over to the pile. Can you see him in the pile, or is it just like he just fell back in it and he just yeah. And
Like Clover's mud angels from however many episodes back, he's now making leaf angels.
Within the first 5 episodes.
But Bernie does
so-
come over to try to listen.
I have lots of questions actually, and looking towards the group and trying to keep my voice low enough so only they can hear me, even though I'm pretty sure he'll be able to hear anyways.
Yeah, definitely hears it.
Yeah. Something just isn't right with me. I don't know what's going on, but something doesn't feel right. Something's off. I don't know if it has anything to do with... And I look at Gormy for what he knows. Or if there's something else happening because... And he goes to start going to reveal more of how his body's kind of forming, but then just kind of looks over his shoulder back at the leaf pile and goes, I promise I will tell all of you this. Yeah, Gormy. I just need a minute.
I know what's wrong with you, Tristan.
And
You're all wet. And it's my fault. Because I threw water on you and I'm really sorry.
Clover, no. That's not...
It's not that at all.
This town is having a negative effect on everybody in it. And I don't think anyone is exempt from that. People
He
looks fine.
Under a lot of stress.
Well, I will say you haven't noticed any negative effect throughout the nights you've been here, as you've been in the grove and these places.
I was wondering, and so I've been out of the grove. So have I seen people looking sleepy?
Yeah, you've noticed it all across. Like everyone that's out in town looks exhausted. Like they've just night after night of lack of sleep. But the people that you've been around haven't seemed to be affected, and you haven't had any sort of effect either.
Cool. Okay. Well, at the moment, he's staying out of the conversation.
I'm just gonna say, I normally only need to sleep for a very, very small amount of time, and for some reason I don't feel any of my strengths coming back when they should be coming back. I actually feel weaker after sleep, which is not normal for me. My life, I've only needed to take a blink and I'm fine. I'm sleeping double, feels like even triple the amount I need, and I'm more tired when I wake up than I am, and I don't feel any of my strengths back when I feel like...
I wonder if it has the opposite effect on you. Like, we need sleep, so when we sleep, it hurts us, but you don't need sleep. Wait. This is like a math equation, and I'm not good at math. Okay, I'm sorry.
I just think if we find the source of what's causing this.
My transformations are... I'm usually to control when my body changes. It's just happening without control, and I don't know why. And then I give Gormrog a very concerning look after saying that, and I felt like I've said too much and stop.
The leaf guy looks fine. So maybe he knows some way to help, because he looks happy and full of life.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't trust it.
Yeah. He's friends with a squirrel. I trust it. Squirrels are very particular.
Finnick, what did you have to say?
Oh, no, sorry. I had a singular thought as to what might be happening, but I don't know if here is a good place to talk about it or not.
I don't mind waiting till we're alone.
Can you think it to him?
The guy in the leaves?
No, to Tristan.
Oh, it was just about what's going on in the city.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I don't. I
Heroin.
only talk to one person in their head at a time.
Quell definitely trusts everyone in the temple/grove, right?
You haven't seen anything that would raise your suspicions otherwise.
Okay, so and right now it's just like the priestesses and stuff.
Yep, pretty much everyone I sent you. Occasionally people will come in to pray, but the only people that actually have stayed at the temple are the ones I've just sent you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he'll just do the same sit-up thing he did last time, except more abrupt, and the leaves just kind of go everywhere. And he goes, I wasn't eavesdropping, but I haven't had a problem sleeping in this grove. Although I have seen all the sleep people in town. I was wondering about it, but I never asked Erwin about it. So I didn't realize it was so pervasive. I just thought nobody slept well.
And
I've never had a problem sleeping.
I think a lot of us have just trust issues, and especially with a few certain, maybe possibly everybody in this town. So
I understand. I appear places and just tell people I work for Melora and expect them to believe me. So.
Well, can we believe you?
insight check.
I was gonna insight check too.
All right,
Set him up for that.
both of you guys go ahead and roll insight checks. Adam, roll either a deception or a persuasion check. Don't say which it is, okay?
Okay. Wow, I think they're all negative.
Is that priestess still standing there?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 14 on insight.
I got a 17.
I got a 17.
Okay. So what do they glean?
I mean, if they're reading him correctly, they can tell that he's totally trustworthy and just an agent of faith. So he just believes that where he is where he's supposed to be. And he's a little bit too trusting of people in the material plane as it is. So he just likes everybody.
Okay. What did you want to ask, Tristan?
I'm gonna kind of, after having a small conversation with the group, I'm going to go back over to the lady.
Okay.
And
Priestess Erwin.
yes. And I'm going to walk as close as I can. I'm going to try to be very soft-spoken. I have had some certain things going on with me for a very long time now, and I don't know if it's the town's influence that's either making me worse, but I don't want to hurt my friends. I'm here to protect them. If there's anything that can be done, I need some sort of guidance.
Well, the Moonweaver is always happy to give guidance in her own special way. Perhaps if you were to come into the temple and meditate on what your path should be.
I've done this in a temple of Bahamut, and nothing much came out of it. So I'm gonna look back at the group. Sure, I'll try it. I need something. I need to make sure I can protect my family.
Well then, please, follow me. And she turns and begins to walk towards the large central tree, and you see like an altar set up into the moon tree. She brings you over there and begins to kneel down at the steps of this large white marble altar. You see images of the moon and its various different phases kind of circle out around the centralized altar area. And as she sits and kneels, she kind of turns to look towards you and motions for you to accompany her.
I look back at the group again, and I give Gormrog the look, and I, put my head down to where I would put it on his head. And I go.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
So it's gonna be very low as soon as my character sheet pops up. Saving throw was 3, 4.
Okay. You sit. How long do you want to focus on this?
For the first run, I'm just gonna go for 5 minutes.
Okay. So you spend about 5 minutes sitting there trying your hardest to kind of focus in and make some sort of connection, but just your mind is just too erratic and too ecstatic. There's too much going on in your head at the moment for you to be able to feel like you can focus in. As the 5 minutes begin to pass, though, you feel a hand kind of rest onto your shoulder, and you hear the high priestess begin to chant and mutter things that you're gathering she's saying some sort of prayer. So as she sits there for another few minutes, as long as you don't get up, eventually she stops and takes her hand off your shoulder and turns to look towards you. Well, Tristan Liger, for I see why the Moonweaver brought you here. You have a curse upon you, and it is slowly changing you. And if you can't remove it, eventually you will become something different. What that is, I hope we never find out.
Is there anything I can do to get rid of this curse?
I can begin to try and find some sort of counter curse, but it will take time, and I can't promise results. Would you like me to begin to try?
He goes like he was going to stand and stops. And, yes, please, and goes into full head down, eyes closed, and in full trust mode.
Okay. You feel her hand begin to press the sleeve up on your arm, revealing the multicolored scales that now cover a good portion of it. You feel a small blade press underneath a few of the scales and start to pop them off one by one. I'll say you take three piercing damage as she peels off several samples, essentially. But you see her as you open your eyes and look towards her once again as she pulls your sleeve back down. There they are, seated in a small white fabric that she kind of folds over and tucks away.
Is there anything you need from me? Anything else?
Just time and for you to hold the faith, Tristan. I'll do my best, but I this is not my area of expertise, but I will do what I can for you. The Moonweaver has brought you to us, and we will try our best.
Can I do an insight check on her?
Go ahead.
Mm, 22.
Okay. You don't notice any sort of nothing about her with the way she speaks or anything like that makes you suspicious of her in any way. You do get a genuine feeling that she does want to try and help you, but she's not really sure how at this moment. But there's definitely like a willingness to help in what she says.
I use my sword to stand up. Anything that you can do, anything, I will return. Unless is there any way I can communicate with you if I'm not here, or you can communicate with me. If not, I will return as soon as I can.
I don't have any way to communicate with you at this moment, but I will see if any of my other priestesses have a way next time you come.
I was aware of being poisoned, I thought it was a long time ago, but okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I kind of do like I don't know what to do to walk out in front, and I do like a weird little bow, wave, then I walk away.
Okay.
And go back to the group.
I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder as I walk in the opposite direction and pass him. And I'm going to go up to Erwin.
Uh-huh.
priests at the Platinum Dragon's Rest in Westruun have already been attempting to help. Bahamut was unable to help. I don't have faith in your Moonweaver any more than I have faith in Bahamut.
As you
But if they can help you understand what they've already learned, they might be worth reaching out to.
As you say that, she turns and stands, using her staff to kind of like help herself up. She reaches out a hand towards you and kind of grabs your hand from your side and holds it. The Moonweaver is able to see things and in different ways than some of the other gods, so if there is a chance, she may be able to find it.
Listen, I'm willing to do some crazy things to help my brother, including put up with the gods. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. But I'm going to step aside and let somebody else try, because I know I'm not strong enough to help him. But if you need help, I'm just saying the Platinum Dragon's Respite in Westruun has already started helping. Together, you may have a better chance than alone.
Thank you. We will try our best. Okay. What is the plan, everyone?
There's a dude on the floor who was sent to us by someone. No, he's not on the floor? Or are you shaking the leaves out of your hair? Well.
Oh
Are
boy.
you still
he
there?
froze.
Well,
Oh, he just went back under the leaves.
How did we not notice a person just?
Oh no.
oh no.
That guy's a little odd.
I'm playing with the squirrel.
I don't know, he seems kind of familiar, and I'm gonna look at Whisper.
I don't know what you mean.
I really do like the idea of making leaf angels, though. Do you think I should join him making leaf angels? Oh, there he is. His head popped back out again. Quell, can I make leaf angels with you?
Of course. Yeah. He hasn't been making leaf angels on purpose, but he will, he'll give her own pile of leaves if she wants to, and he'll start to.
She's going to open her arms just like he did and fall straight back into the leaf pile. And then they all fluff up around her. It's no mud, but it's not bad.
It's true, it's no mud. Maybe next time, if that's your style.
Clover's
Just
gonna
Kissy and
stand back
Goldenrod?
up, brush. Yeah. No, Clover's just brushing herself off and going back and standing with her friends. Yeah.
Okay. Whisper, do you remember what your disguise check was?
No.
Okay.
But I did say my name was Whisper, and then I remembered, oh crap, I'm not Whisper right now. And so I was going to correct it, but I haven't yet to this person.
Nice. So you said your name is Whisper.
Yeah, I did. No, that's my maiden name. I'm Manic.
Manic
Yeah.
Whisper. What a name. Something I've probably never heard. Manic Whisper.
Stick around, you will.
Clover, and you can just go ahead and roll another disguise check for me as we get into the next day.
We did roll. It was fine enough for today. We did roll it. I just don't remember what it was. Yeah.
What
All right.
is she disguised as again?
Tiefling.
Yeah,
Oh, is it
Cool.
a red tiefling? Or...
Mhm.
yeah.
Should I see if Quell sees through it? He'll probably just accept her the way she is.
It's your call if that's something Quell would do.
Nope. Nope, he's a man of faith a little bit too often.
Okay.
So, going over to Tristan, I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder, and I'm gonna look at Quell, and I'm gonna be like, so every time, I'm just gonna stop addressing Quell because that appears to be the problem. Somebody else can take over. I'm just gonna leave him alone. The universe doesn't want it to happen.
How is Bernie the squirrel reacting with me?
Roll an animal handling check for me.
While we wait. That's a 9. That's terrible.
As you go and try and handle the squirrel, kind of looks at you, like you see the squirrel's eyes narrow suspiciously at you, and it kind of like smells your hand. It could smell that something's off about you, and just kind of backs away slowly.
Keep trying, but
Bernie, rude. Get out of here. I'm fine now. I don't need you.
And you see kind of skitter up and climb up into one of the trees. And Whisper, you see him sitting up there like glaring at you. You could almost swear he goes like this.
The oddest squirrel I've ever seen. No,
And Quell
no
will say,
offense to the squirrel.
speaking of, I'm not sure. I'm here to help you guys with whatever you're doing. But the last couple of days, these squirrels have kind of been going nuts. They've been telling me about shadows in the darkness and
We saw those too.
screams coming from under the castle.
Don't know about the screams, but we've seen shadows.
And I mean, I'm here to help, but as much as I'd like to help them, I'm here to help you first.
Don't disappear this time. Gotta test how cool you are with a bunch of things really quickly. Yes or no, are you in favor of murder?
Murder. To help you? To further your needs? Yes, indeed. It's not my favorite thing, but I won't get mad at you for it.
Lies, deceit, deception, subterfuge, guile, roguishness.
These are necessary traits that I definitely don't possess, but nothing wrong, you know, I'm here.
Overthrowing a government.
Oh, I definitely don't mind that.
Okay. How do you feel about dragons?
How do I feel about dragons? They're gorgeous creatures. Ferocious, but I try not to make them mad. I don't envy a horde.
Okay, this is very important. Meat stick or potato stick?
Potato stick. It's got to be cooked pretty well, but I'm a farmer, so I'd stick with my potatoes.
That's a pretty good answer. I trust him.
Gormy, you're making us sound like. Oh, Gormy, you're making us sound like the bad guys.
We're not the bad guys.
It just depends on which side of the story you look at us from.
Yeah, but you started with all of the bad things.
Well, you don't
Like-
have to worry. You were the ones that had to be convinced. I'm just game. I'm here
All
Okay,
right.
so what's next? What do we do from here?
And I look
DM,
around
what
the
time of day is it?
If I'm remembering right, you're coming around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
The wisest woman I know in this town is right over there. Besides that, I don't know.
I just know I have to go pick up some armor later in the day. He said it'd be done by the end of the day, so
Yeah, you paid the rush fee.
Mhm.
yes. So then again, I don't sundown, like dinner time, like what are we?
I feel like most of the shop. What time do the shops usually close around here? Whisper,
Manic?
Manic Whisper.
Uh,
Whisper, you know they stay up relatively late into the night because of the large drow population of the city. So a lot of shops will stay open into pretty late into the night.
I'll tell them that, but then I'll also say, well, right now everything's a little weird though, like I said, so
Yeah.
who knows? I think stopping by around sundown would be a good time.
I think that sounds good. But Tristan, what do you need to do?
I just have to be with you guys and also have to ask, are we really just going to just follow along with this leafy person?
Hey, what's wrong with leafy people?
Hey, the leafy people I know I like, the leafy people I don't know, I pull my sword out on.
Do you
And
have any
I-
questions for him?
I look at Gormog and I do. What is in this for you? Why are you here? Why are we the group that you're looking for? What message do you have that we are supposed to? Because we run into people. We've been burned. I won't let anybody else hurt my family. Who are you? And then you start to notice him starting to almost go into a rage and then stop and kind of step back and look around for a second, but keep his composure and mean what he says.
Ooh, I'm glad we met in such a soothing grove. I mean, I have faith as to that I'm needed here and that you're the group that I need to help. But Malora doesn't give me the details as far as how to help you. So I'm here to further your agenda. And as far as what I get out of it, I pledge my life to Malora because she makes this world beautiful, and my world is but a reflection of this one.
Did you already tell us who Melora is? Did I miss that?
I may not have. I assumed you'd all heard of the Wild Mother.
No, not me.
I know of her probably pretty well.
Oh, yeah?
I was originally born and raised in Vasselheim, so
Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, I'll explain her, and you tell this one that doesn't trust me if I'm correct.
okay.
Melora, or the Wild Mother, is well, she's in charge of nature and harvest on the material plane, and to a lesser extent in the Fae. In the Fae, her powers are more all-encompassing. Here, she makes this world beautiful for you, and your world, in exchange, is beautiful for me. So I help her whenever I can.
Finnick, do
Do
you
you,
believe
like-
in this god?
While I am not faithful to the gods, what Quell is stating is correct.
Luckily, you don't need to be faithful to doing Melora's favor.
I will take any favor that I can. Any
Well,
stroke of luck, any favor would be
in,
appreciated, honestly.
In this case, humbly, I am that stroke of luck.
Whoa.
Who are her kids?
The Wild Mother?
Yeah, because she's a mother.
All of her followers think of themselves as her children, but she does have races that are considered her children specifically. Yeah, so she's a mother to very many.
Seems stressful.
Yes,
Well-
that's why I assume she needs help from time to time.
If it makes it easier to look at it, she's not necessarily like a wild mother, but the mother of the wilds, of like the wilderness.
I've found her to be both.
Well, just trying to make it easier to explain. But
So, skill sets. This one gets angry. He turns into a ferocious creature with exceptional skills of strength and weaponry.
And he can play music.
And he can play music. The little one over there, she can close up, far away, basically kill you with very little. But she's cute as a button and charming to boot.
She sure is.
That one, chaos magic.
a little bits of lightning flicker sort of just between my fingers.
I enjoy the unpredictable.
That one, nature magic, but also chaotic. Very invested in food. And I am dexterous, but also physically capable, not magical. What about yourself?
And you're a great cook. You're a great cook.
And you might also call him Mother of the Wild.
My skill set. At home, I farm and I work as a part-time healer. But while I'm here, pretty sure I'm here mostly for the healing part.
I mean,
I'll help keep you up when you get hurt.
How do you know that, though? Do you see the future?
No, but when I'm sent somewhere, it's usually because someone's gonna need some healing.
physical or emotional?
It takes longer to do the emotional, but I'll do what I can.
Tristan, how do you feel after that?
New person, I'm gonna make it simple. If the
Wow.
group is fine, we'll start with Q.
Working my way.
Yeah. If
Welcome
the
aboard.
group agrees that this is the right move, I will follow them into any pit and any hole that they go. But very much understand this. Don't mess with my family. And then
Tristan, right?
leave it there. Yes.
I love that sentiment. And I like looking at this family and seeing how strong it seems to be.
He's kind of taken off guard by that response and steps back, like,
Okay.
I only have so much healing capabilities, and there's only so many potions of healing that we can afford. So, I mean,
And it's going to be hard to use them, when we need them the most. So, I'm down for a little extra healing.
I'm
Okay, so
open some help.
what's the plan here, everyone? As we all gather ourselves up in the grove and get ready to head out. Where are you guys headed to?
I don't know that we really have any place in specific to go before Finnick gets her armor.
Okay, so you're gonna ride out the day and make your way once sunset.
I'd like to actually, if no one else minds, I'd like to explore the grove a little bit. Like, I've never been here. What do I see around me? What is this grove like? Tell me about it.
Okay.
What's it look like?
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Looking around, the center of this grove is, as I've said, that large moonstone tree. You see kind of these long. The way the plant grows, it almost looks like raindrops as it grows in these long strands like a willow tree. But there's these white bulbs every so often that grow bigger and bigger as they leach down, giving it almost this at nighttime. You having seen this whisper, at nighttime, it almost looking up at the tree almost looks like you're looking up at a night sky as the bulbs glow a little bit. The rest of the trees around are kind of these large topped reedy trees, almost like the tops kind of like splay out before dipping down on the ends, hanging from the weight. But the rest of the grove is kind of all laid out with several spaces that you gather where some worshippers of Melora probably gather in these more elemental and nature-based altars that are kind of splayed around. But as I said, the central altar up against the moonstone tree is this large white marble altar kind of built up into the moon tree's base. And there are images of the moon on like these long rods, the long white rods with different phases of the moon around them, and it goes full moon in the center and slowly progresses outwards towards the crescent moon at the very end. Besides that, you see several other people like kind of working their way around. You see two other people actually dressed in robes that you think are probably associated with the Moonweaver, as they have that similar white that fades down to a black at the bottom of the skirt, the dress, or the robes rather. And you see just a few people from the public kind of working their way around.
Cool.
Okay.
Is the high priestess still around?
Yeah, she's around. She's over by the altar, and you see two other priestesses that I described already there with her, as she kind of has that silk rag that she put the Tristan's scales in her hand.
While we're like exploring the grove, I want to lean into the group and be like, should we ask the Moonweaver if she knows anything about what happens to the royal family? And what happened to the city and what's going on with the nightmares and stuff?
I think that might be a good idea. We may want to include if the moon dragon has any bearing on what's going on, and if the moon weaver knows anything about the moon dragon and what the royal family may be doing with that.
That sounds like a good idea.
He's the best at talking. I'm nervous I'm gonna mess up again and like say who I really am again.
Mr. Gormrod. Or Finnick.
To ask the priestess, right?
Say that again. Sorry.
Nobody's talking to you, Trent.
Oh, my bad.
I love you.
I'm more than willing to go talk with them.
I think you have more experience with these religious types than I do. Perhaps better experience with religious types than I do.
I will.
Go see if you
my
can
best.
go see if you can figure out what's happening or if she knows anything.
Okay. I just sort of roll my shoulders back, take a deep breath, and I walk over to the group of priestesses.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Yes. What can we do for you?
I just have a couple questions, either for you or if you are able to obtain any of the Moonweaver's knowledge. We're just sort of wondering what's happening with the city, with the nightmares, the sleeplessness, possibly what's going on with the royal family.
So, the Moonweaver has not shown us what exactly has been happening here. We are obviously spread thin, trying to help and make sure to protect the few people that come here and try and help restore those that we can. But whatever is causing this, we haven't found the cause yet.
Forgive me if this seems like an odd question, but a lot of people believe that the correlation between these nightmares and the shadows that people are seeing correlate with the late queen and this new empress that they have. Do you share any belief in that?
I will say that this new empress has not allowed herself to receive the Moonweaver's blessing as would typically be customary for her new position.
And this has been like a long-going tradition?
Well, since Lyrangorn was founded.
Do you have any idea or possibility, any idea of why she wouldn't want that?
I do not know, but I know she hasn't allowed any of our priestesses into this castle since she has come to power.
Do you believe what is going on in the city could possibly come from an outside influence?
Anything's possible.
I will just talk to Gormrog in his head, like, do I need to ask any more questions?
Did you ask about the dragon?
What would I ask about the dragon? Like, what happened? Or just...
Oh, the cave where the moon dragon is said to have died, where the moon flowers are growing from the blood of the moon dragon, has been closed to the public. There's been a lot of excavations happening.
Yeah.
Moon, any correlation between them? I
And
don't
then,
know.
would you guys have any insight as to what's going on with the, where the moon dragon was? Like, they've closed this off, and these, like, moonflower gardens, they've closed them off to the public.
I don't know. I don't have any particulars about that situation, unfortunately.
Would you have any idea of who might?
Let me see. If you are asking about anyone doing any sort of excavation, your best bet would be Torin Stoneshield. He's arguably the best miner there is in Lyringorn, and if he is not involved in it somehow, I'm sure he's heard rumors as to why.
Okay.
The also the some of the elders of Lyringorn would possibly have information.
The elders?
Yes, some of the elder council members. Galadriel Swiftwind, Durgan Stonehelm, or Solara Moonshadow. Isolde Frostwhisper also would be among their ranks.
Okay. I greatly appreciate your assistance.
DM, you hit us with those names real quick. That was Galadriel, Durgan, someone, and Isolde.
Galadriel Swiftwind, Durgan Stonehelm, Solara Moonshadow, and Isolde Frostwhisper.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
If I think of anything else, I will most likely come back.
Well, we will be here.
Thank you.
Okay, where are you guys headed now?
Before we head off, Quell is gonna also head up to what's her name, Erwin, and thank her for. He'll give her a deep bow, and he'll say, "Your hospitality has been truly an oasis." I was wondering, speaking of which, if my new friends would like to seek refuge from the nightmares, if they could stay here if they feel like that is best.
Well, of course. All are welcome to sleep in the grove if that will help.
I truly appreciate it. I hope to see you later.
Goodbye to you.
He was just flirting all over the place.
He hasn't flirted yet.
Very charismatic.
Okay, so what's the plan here, folks?
Um,
Well, assuming that Finnick has mentioned to us everything
Yes, I
she
will
just
relay
discussed,
all of the information.
we have excavation knowledge via Torin Stone Shield. We have the Elder Council members, where we were instructed to speak to Galadriel, Durgan, Saylara, and we're told Isolde is also a member, but we don't. It didn't feel like that was one of the suggestions.
It was more tacked on as like someone who may have some information, but probably
Okay.
not.
So we have excavation questions for Torin, or Galadriel, Durgan, Saylara, and then later Phoenix Armor. Who do we want to talk to first? Unless I missed something and there's more stuff we should add to
Minor.
this list. So we're in
Put it
Stone
on
Shield?
minor.
the minor.
Do you know where to find him?
Who are you asking?
Yeah, I didn't ask.
Was Finnick told where to find him?
For brevity's sake,
I go back and ask.
yeah. More than likely, you'll find him at the Wandering Wyvern.
Wandering Wyvern.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay, let's go.
You coming through? Quill?
Of course. I hope to be by your side for a little while.
Okay.
Is Bernie coming?
Oh. No, Bernie's home is here.
Oh.
As well as Frank and Harold, and he's like pointing to other squirrels as they're running around. All the squirrels here have old man names, and I don't know why.
All right.
As everyone walks towards the place, Clover's gonna grab Tristan's wrist, but like very gently in a friendly way, and they're gonna trail behind like just a few feet, and she's just gonna sway his arm back and forth with hers and start humming the song that he plays on his flute. That's all.
He's gonna let it happen as the walk happens.
Because he's so sad, she's trying to make him feel better.
Okay.
He's making the face as like, oh my god, but he's just letting it go.
This is so cute. I can't.
Okay. So, as you all make your way towards the Wandering Wyvern, there are a lot of names I gotta remember now. Whisper, you knowing basically exactly where it is. It is the inn that all the Wyvern riders and for all the guards for the town use, because it is the closest inn to the castle. So, as you approach, you instantly see 3 wyverns kind of tied up out front. They're comically long ropes, like the hitch tied up to this very small wooden post. It doesn't look like it would hold them if they actually tried to get away for a second, but you see them kind of sitting there, the 3 of them, almost shoulder to shoulder, and they kind of bark at each other before turning and watching the 6 of you make your way up the path towards the inn. The inn itself is relatively large, being about 3 floors in height. You see the exterior is this. It's stone masonry with bits of like stained wood between the actual like support structures, and gives it a very beautiful, almost dual toned feel to the whole building. And you get the sense that some of the dwarves that had come to Lyringorn had influence in the way this building was constructed. You can really sense that in its architecture. As you enter in, the entire floor is all stone with these beautifully carved countertops and all that look like it's made from a whole tree trunk that has just kind of been formed and shaped into the actual countertop. And all the tables as well look to be similar in nature, like stumps of trees that have grown out into large plates of large tabletops. As you enter in, you notice behind the countertop a young, brown-haired elven woman, her hair kind of tied behind her head and looped over her shoulder into this long braid, bright green top that goes down into a wide bottom skirt. You see as you enter in, her attention turns towards all of you. Oh, good afternoon. Would you like a table, or do you want to sit up at the counter?
I believe a table would be best.
Okay, just grab anywhere. I'll have someone come see you all in a moment.
Okay, thank you. I just look for a table that has like the least amount of people around it.
Sure. Roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
I'm seeing the
that's
wyverns
7.
in front. Okay.
Would you roll a Finnick? I'm sorry.
A 7.
Okay. What'd you say, Whisper?
Seeing the wyverns in front, I want to look around to see if I recognize anyone in the tavern.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Out of 16.
Okay. Looking around, you see a few people that you're familiar with, actually. First and foremost, you see Evelyn Moonwhisper actually seated at one of the booths with the in the table, kind of like you see she's got her training armor on. So there's straps hanging from it that you know that it get clipped to the wyvern saddle. You see her hair kind of cropped really tight to the back of her head and parted on one side. You see the trainer that you have met on several occasions, Faerun Windrider, seated at the table with her. She's the one who kind of takes on new recruits and helps get them trained up, and you've met her on several occasions throughout passing. And you see another much younger elven woman, tousled brown hair, this like really curious expression on her face, wearing brand new armor. There's almost not a dent on it, and you get the sense that she's probably a newer hire. Looking around, you see several other variety of elves, half-elves, some of them varying degrees of familiarity to you, though none of the names really stick out as someone you've talked to in the past. And with a 17, you see a dwarven male, long, thick black beard, seated at the countertop with you can just see the dirt and soot kind of built onto his body, and this large hammer kind of hanging from his side. You also see a few drow towards the back, kind of in the shadowed area that's kind of meant for them to be able to not be blinded by the sun that comes in through the front windows. But easy enough for you to all find a table for yourselves.
Does everyone look tired? Does everyone look normal right now? It's the middle of the day still, right?
Yep. Roll an insight check for me.
Oh, same as last time. 18 plus... 18 plus 4. 18, 19, 20. That number.
Yep. Looking around, everyone does seem relatively exhausted, which has been what you've gotten throughout this entire time. The woman behind the counter that greeted you all, even though her voice was very peppy and full of energy, you could still see the bags kind of underneath her eyes that denote she's gone without sleep. But as you all enter in and kind of gather around at a table for yourselves, we are going to take our break.
Hey.
So, we're going to go to break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. there is a new fan art video that we made.
Oh.
So you get to see a bunch of the fan art that we have done. So stick around for that. And if you have fan art, how to send it in is listed in the video. So we will be back. And we are back. Okay, so you guys gathered around your table. We're back, everyone. Hi. You guys are great. I love you guys. You guys
Oh, hi.
gathered around the table and kind of all get yourself seated once more for the first time, for some of you, in the first floor of the Wandering Wyvern. But what do you guys want to do?
So we've got a table for all of us.
Correct.
And we know that there's a whole bunch of riders around, including Faerun Windrider, some unknown elven woman, a bunch of elves, half elves. There's Drow at the back. There's the dwarf male at the counter. Has somebody come up to us to take our order?
You guys just sat down, so if that's what you're waiting on, we can get right to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper to everyone. So you know our cover story, and that we're coming to see Evelyn Moonwhisper ride her wyvern. She's right over there.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. Okay, good to know.
Quell, if you don't mind me asking,
Yes.
I know you said you were guided by the Wild Mother, but is there anything about you that you'd like to talk about or that we should know?
About me?
Where are you from? You said you're a farmer. Where do you farm at?
Oh, I live in the Feywild. My village is called Tal'Dorei.
Now, I used to have this friend named Felix, who I don't think he's my friend anymore, but that's another story. He mentioned that place a couple of times, but I don't really know what that is.
The Tal'Dorei?
The Feywild.
Oh. Well, the Feywild it's another plane. Specifically, it's one that's situated right over this one. So it's like an exaggerated, more, I wouldn't say more beautiful, because the beauty here is its own thing.
I don't really know what that means. Like another plane. I just don't get it. Felix tried to explain it to me once, but there were lots of numbers involved. I think he said the number 8 like 16 times.
I don't know any of those numbers. 8. Are you sure he wasn't just hungry?
8, 8, 8, 8, 8. No, well, maybe.
It's the best way I can describe it. It's another realm of existence that is, like, best way I can put it is it's next door neighbors with us.
Have you been there?
Think of it this way.
No, but I've learned about it.
Like the grove that we just left.
Mm-hmm.
If we were in the Feywild, in a similar spot, the grove would be there, and it would mimic a lot of the geography that it has, except everything would be exaggerated. That huge tree, twice as big and more vibrant. It's a whole other world, but its beauty is just a reflection of this one.
Okay, so you live in a different realm.
That's right.
Okay.
Think of it as looking in like a funky mirror. Makes everything is distorted and exaggerated, but it's still very similar to what we have here.
And what do you farm there?
Oh, the orchard is huge in Tal'Dorei. I'd say most of the vegetables that you're used to here we have at least small plots of, and then probably a couple things you've never heard of.
Try me. I come from farmers too.
Do you? That's appropriate.
I want to reach into my bag and pull out the Feywild fruit that I have, that I haven't eaten, and be like, "Oh, do you know what this is?"
Awesome, Joe.
Remind me again what this was from.
I don't know. I have a Feywild fruit in my bag from
A couple
somewhere.
of us do.
Yeah, that was the one that
Couple of us
I
have
found that I
Feywild fruit.
shared with you guys, right? Is that the fruit, or am I getting that mixed up?
I don't remember where we got it from.
I remember that I got fruit that we didn't know what they did, and I handed them to other people.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do remember that. I think I
We
might
said-
even have one of those. which is
We said,
funny.
"What does it do?" And Joe said,
Figure
"Just
it out.
write down Feywild fruit,
I think it was
and we'll
Yeah.
tell you later."
I have it somewhere, I'm sure. I just don't.
It was
got
a
them
while
from the
ago. It
town.
was a while ago.
We got them from the town before we went through the Umbra Hills.
They were offered nice. We didn't know what kind of properties they had, so I bought them and I shared them with the group. That's all I remember.
Yeah, because
We were looking for healing items and we didn't know what they were, so
Oh, it's the healing item.
Yeah, each of them have different effects, and they're all like different colors, I think.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but I remember them being we didn't know exactly what they did, but we got them, and she said they did
So we
some
ate
sort
them.
of healing effect. Unless
Mhm.
I'm wrong. I could be wrong there.
It's a healing fruit. I feel like I would know about it.
Mhm.
As a healing farmer.
Inventory tracking.
Yeah.
I can't look because I wrote it down in a notebook that I no longer have.
If you got it from the one I'm thinking of, if that's what we're talking about, I remember what it is. All right. Roll a nature check for me, Quell.
Okay.
I think we got it in the market.
Advantage for
Um,
being a farmer. Nature. Oh no. Survival okay?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, it's a 23.
Okay. Looking at it, you know it is a thimblebrush fruit. What it does is it has healing properties, and it also helps to restore some magical essence. So for spellcasters, they regain level 1 spell per consumption of the fruit, plus 1d6 healing.
Nice.
These
Cool.
will make you the most delicious pie you've ever had. The most magical for sure.
I've had some pretty delicious and magical pie in my life.
I have no doubt.
You say some strange things.
For sure. It's part of being where I'm from. I make more sense at home.
Lucky you.
Okay. So,
Just a bunch of oddballs.
what is the plan, everyone?
We're still waiting for that server.
Okay, that's what you're waiting on. That's fine. As you all kind of get yourselves settled and ask questions amongst each other, that long brown-haired woman that was behind the counter kind of makes her way over. A black towel in her hand. She kind of is wiping her hands with it. What can I get all of you? Drinks, food, anything you'd like?
I would like tea, please.
Tea?
Any kind of the green. Any green.
Very well, very well.
Meat.
Some meat,
Please.
okay. Any meat in particular, or just
What
Just a
do
platter
you
of
have?
well, we have some beef, we have lamb.
I'll
Any
take some
specialties?
lamb with my tea, please.
Okay, that's tea. What did you want, miss? I'm sorry.
Any specialties?
Our chef is a drow, and she makes a wonderful spiced lamb meal that's, I forget what they call it down there, but it really is quite lovely.
I'll go with that.
Very well.
Thank you.
I feel like we just ate. I'm not very hungry. Can I have an apple?
Sure. An apple, sure.
And not right now, but in a little bit, like after you give us our food, can you invite that dwarf over Torn Stonefield? Can you invite him to our table?
You want Torin? Is there a reason? Should I tell him you're looking for him?
My buddy here, no, we just want to have a conversation with him, but no rush. When my friend Gormrod comes back from the bathroom, he'll want to talk to him.
Very well. Did you anything you wanted to order here for your friend while he was away?
He would probably also want tea and meat.
Tea and meat, all right. And everyone, I think I got everyone. Sir, did you want something?
I'll take mead if you have it,
Uh,
and then
okay.
and then whatever is freshest, be it fruit, vegetable, meat, what have you.
Very well. I'll bring you over some of what we have.
Any berry tea that you have would be
Berry tea. Very well. Very well. Okay. She kind of makes her way out back towards behind the counter, begins to get things prepared for all of you before eventually bringing out a large tray with some tea and various drinks on it. A lot of the food as well is brought out. When you get the food, Whisper, it is heavily ginger scented, and you get a lot of that grounded up root sense. It's got like this real earthy taste with this very heavy ginger punch to it before transitioning to like this like a vinegar and spice thing. It's a little interesting in its flavor profile.
Mm-hmm.
As Quell gets his mead, he druid crafts a leaf from the roof, from the ceiling, like falling down, and lands on the table, and he uses it as a coaster.
Okay. Anything else I can get you while you enjoy?
Thank you.
I think we're all good, thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot to ask for a little drizzle of honey on my apple.
Okay, I'll have Honey come out. Give me one moment. She disappears for a moment before bringing out a little thing of honey with a little pot with the long wooden stick thing that they use for honey. She puts it on the
Thank
table.
you.
Enjoy.
So Tristan goes to like take a bite of the meat and smells like the strong hint of ginger on it, and he kind of like puts it back and just grabs his tea and leaves it there.
You don't want that? My plate's already empty. I'll take it if you don't like it. I found it very, very delicious.
It's a bit of a kick,
Slide
but I'm
right.
enjoying it.
Right over.
Okay. As you slide your plate over, Tristan, you hear the heavy footfalls and the slight clang of metal, and instantly are punched with the smell of sulfur and soot as the thick beard of Torin kind of comes into view next to all of you. Who's asking about me? What did you say, Quell?
I said, was the waitress still there?
No, she's made her way back.
Okay, cool.
Who's asking about me?
No, friend. We're the Fists of Fate and Quell. Heard you might be the one to talk to about the excavation site and what's happening there.
Well, that would depend on who's asking.
Please, pull up a seat. Join us.
Grabs a chair from one of the nearby tables, just drags it over as loudly as possible, putting the back up against the table. He kind of straddles the chair and puts his arms folded across the top of it. Whisper, as you kind of drag Tristan's plate over, as Torin sits down, he kind of reaches a thick, grubby finger and grabs a piece of the meat off your plate and begins snacking on it.
I glare at him like the glare of 1,000 suns.
Ditto. I see him reach over to grab the food out of the plate as I'm just giving it to her, and he just takes it and sits there the same as the hand goes. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let.
So,
Well, Mr. Torin, we were wondering what you can tell us about the excavations going on.
and who are all you to be asking questions like that?
I'm actually a chef. I was coming here to gather some of the flowers, the moon blossom, moon lotus, moon, whatever, the flowers that grow in the cave. But we're told that the caves are now closed to the public, so I can't learn anything about them, can't include them in my food. But, you might know something, according to the priests of the Moonweaver.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Yeah. First roll all night. Let's go. Not first roll of the night. I meant for me
For
specifically.
you.
Yeah.
Just every roll is the
I am
first
well
roll.
aware
Right?
that everyone else has been rolling. All right, that's a 15 total.
Well, if Erwin sent you,
Sorry, what did he say?
well, if Erwin sent you, well, if Erwin sent you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, High Priestess Erwin.
well, I can tell you this much: not a single one of my men has gotten a job there. So whoever's digging it's not us.
And who are you? Are you just like a contractor? Are you normally employed by the same person?
Well, I run the whole guild for miners in the city. So if anyone's doing any digging, it's coming through me.
Well,
Except
you
for
just said it
Clifford.
wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. So, you don't know anything about what's going on?
I know it's not us. And we've tried to get up and picket whoever is doing it, and they haven't even let us onto the grounds to see what's going on up there.
Is it like? I'm sorry. Would you say that it's like just royal guards that would be protecting it?
Well, the guards are the one that watch the grounds, so that's who we're coming up against. His hand starts to reach towards your plate again, Whisper.
Oh,
I
if
push
he
mine
grabs it
towards him.
again.
I push mine towards him so that he can pick off of mine.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm just like, so, have you seen any equipment going in and out that you're familiar with? Anything that might indicate anything? Or indicate what it isn't?
Well, roll another persuasion check for me as you are digging into more information here.
Can
Trying
I
to pump
use
this
the
guy
help
for as much
action?
as I can.
Yeah, go ahead and how do you want to help, Finnick?
I'm a very charming person. Just trying to. I don't know. I'm
Put the goods on display?
supposedly the best talker of the group, but I'm awkward as shit. So.
Quell is going to tentatively, because he hasn't gotten too close to this group, he's going to put a hand on Gormy's back and cast guidance.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, Gormog, so you can roll at advantage and add the guidance.
Yep. The guidance adds 2. The advantage totals 18, totaling dirty 20.
Okay.
I guess I'll say I was helping by like telling him like, you're mad about this. We're mad about this. We have something in common.
Okay, so as he reaches towards your plate now, Gormrog, grabbing up another piece of the meat and kind of shoves it in his mouth. Well, whoever it is, the Empress or whatever they go by now, has been buying up some explosives and tools, but nothing from us. They haven't rented a single piece of equipment. Haven't hired a single one of members from our unions. It all stinks, if you ask me.
Well, I am asking you.
Well, I'm telling you, it stinks.
And this is the Empress Dale?
Yeah, something like that. Dale, Dolly, who knows? I don't really give two fucks about the royal family as far as I'm concerned, as long as the gold keeps flowing our way.
Yeah. We're kind of in a similar boat. Different line of work, but same mentality towards the royal family. At least the current iteration of it. So if we wanted to get into those caves, Would you happen to know how to go about doing that?
The entrance is well guarded. None of my men have been able to make it up there, as I said, to find whatever scabs it is that's working it.
I didn't ask if you were able to. Ask if you knew how.
The only way I know how is the way most know. Make your way onto the grounds, and then take the path up towards the mouth of the opening of the cave.
Do you know how many guards there are?
Well,
Usually.
when I last saw, there was about 4 at the entrance to the grounds. There's 2 that patrol across the grounds. And then you've got the Wyvern Guard that fly overhead. That's just the base. From what I saw, the mouth, whoever works in that cave don't come out often, so I don't know what's in there. Finnick. As he is talking about all this going on, you hear in the back of your mind the blade begin to speak to you once more. I don't trust him. Everything he says, you could just sense the corruption on his voice. I think you should kill him, Finnick. Remove him from this. He seems to allow him to continue in what he does. Just brings risk and ruin to the entire nation.
I'm just thinking, like, back at the sword, like, it's a minor.
But he runs the union.
Doing things to provide for everybody else.
He controls all of those people.
And he pays them.
You don't know that. You have no idea what this man is capable of. I have seen many things. I can sense it on him.
I'm not gonna do anything. He's not giving me a reason not to trust him. Except maybe with my food, but...
Okay.
The real corruption is inside the castle.
And we will take care of that in time. With my help, we'll cut off the head of all this evilness that is just spread through every corner of Tal'Dorei.
Yeah,
So-
and like you said, we'll do that in due time.
Mr. Torrance, I appreciate your insights and your time. And I'm going to put 5 gold in front of him. And I'm going to say, I hope this covers your next meal. And maybe incentivizes you to keep us in mind if you were to come across a way inside the cave.
Reaches out and pulls the coin into his sizable hand. I think I can do that. Finnick, go ahead and roll a charisma saving throw for me.
I'm sorry, what? Charisma?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a charisma saving throw.
Okay. That is a 19.
Okay. As Gormog, as he takes the coins and stands up, reaches and grabs another piece of meat off your plate before shoving it into the corner of his mouth. Well, is there anything else? I'll keep you in mind. If you find a way in there, let me know. I could send some boys in with you. Find out who these scabs are and Maybe break some kneecaps.
And where can we reach you?
Come here, have Ilo reach out to me. Nods towards the waitress behind the counter.
You're dismissed.
All right. Goes and turns, takes his seat back at the countertop.
Dismissed. Goodness gracious.
Don't like it when people touch my food.
You can have the rest of mine if it bothers you that much, and we'll just order another round.
It's fine.
I'm gonna just slide the food towards her.
I'm giving her the look, not saying anything. The look like.
I am concerned about the hostility of my friend. Just trying to keep it at bay. All right, we got that out of the way. Anybody else have any ideas moving forward? What you want to do next?
It's probably, we've had lunch, we visited the Grove, we met Quell, we had dinner. I feel like it's probably time to go get the breastplate, right? What time is it?
Yeah, we'll just say if there's nothing else you guys want to do, we can move forward in time to get to the point where you guys are going to head out for the evening and recover the armor for Finnick. Okay, so you all gather up and pay your tab. We'll say it's just 3 gold for the entirety of the evening.
I'll cover that.
Okay. You all gather up and make your way out into the evening streets. The small bit of water that kind of travels through the center of the road that bears off and feeds all the various trees that line the city streets. You see it glowing a little bit from that the natural plant life that resides within the water, giving a little bit of glow and illuminating the street around it. You look around and begin to make your way towards the armorer once more. Go ahead and someone roll a perception check for me.
I got this. 23.
Nice.
Bing.
So, with a 23, as you begin to make your way out, you see Clover. The first thing you notice is the shadows begin to stretch inward on the road.
Well, that's certainly creepy. I'm gonna say, well, that's certainly creepy out loud.
Okay.
I'm going to get up immediately and look in that whatever direction she's looking at.
Okay. As you do that, I need you guys to all go ahead and roll initiative.
Yes.
And we're right in the middle of the road.
Yep.
Oh, I hate my initiative dice choice. Here we go.
I am.
And on the floor. Yep, I'm leaving that on the floor. I'm not even looking at it. I'm rolling a new one. I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm gonna leave that. That's staying on the floor, and I'm not gonna look at it until I go to bed.
I watched it. Really good.
It's an
Yeah,
Yeah.
$100.
Well, this is shitty because I don't have armor yet.
You haven't had it so far. You'll be fine.
We'll see.
Joe's just gonna murder us. It's fine.
We have a healer
Like-
now.
We have a cleric now.
Yeah.
know what?
Yeah.
This is where the show ends.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Your cleric
then-
rolled an 8, so just stay alive for 12.
So, now are these the same? Like, obviously, I don't see them, but are the things she's seeing the same things that she saw when she woke me up last time, the night before?
Clover, they looked very similar to you.
Yep.
That all being said,
Here we go.
Oh, we have a battle map. Lovely.
Oh shit, I forgot. Yeah.
I didn't forget. I've been waiting for this.
I've been looking at all of your beautiful faces instead of looking at the battle map.
That was your first mistake.
And I'll make it again.
And again and again and again.
Sorry.
No, do what you gotta do.
How dare you?
Those are two very different responses.
So,
All right.
oh goodness, I missed a whole bunch of messages. I'm sorry, guys.
All right. 25 to 20.
Oh no.
20 to 15.
15.
Oh. I got a 16.
Okay. 15 to 10. Okay.
Oh no.
No rolls, y'all.
10 to 5.
I got an 8.
Oh no.
At least it was just initiative rolls and not
Uh,
Yeah.
Gormrog and Tristan, what'd you guys roll? Oh, Whisper 2, right? What'd you roll?
Yeah. I got a 2. It's the worst I could do.
18.
You said 18?
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I rolled a natural 1 for a total of 4.
Damn. Oh.
Okay.
So I rolled a 17 with a 1.
So, as Clover points out these shadows creeping out from the corners, you see two forms begin to come up from the ground, taking shape. Lithe female forms, these large bat wings behind them, begin to crawl from the corners.
Do it.
Tristan, you're up first.
Okay, well, I was gone for 2 seconds. Did I miss anything in different directions? Something that happened that
No.
I should know about?
No.
Okay. All right, so I am going. I'm going to rage right off the bat before doing anything. So Tristan goes into a rage where normally eyes glowing, scales glowing that you can see. And he is going to very uncharacteristically stand there
Okay.
and not do anything during his first turn after taking a rage. But I am going to hold my action to if anybody or if any of my teammates get attacked, he's going to rush in that direction no matter where they are.
All right.
For an attack.
All right. First up is going to be this one, and they are going to flood right in front of you.
Right in front of who?
How come
With,
I cannot
Clover?
see
Okay.
And it is going to attempt to charm you. So go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Counterspell.
Okay. What level counterspell?
I can only do it at 3rd level.
Okay. All right. She is then going to fly up 20 feet and fly backward.
I'm gonna take my opportunity attack.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
And it is with I'm just using my dagger with booming blade, and by dagger I mean my gardening fork, and that's gonna be a 11 plus 6, 17 to hit.
That hits.
D4 plus 3. So piercing damage is 3 plus 4. 3 plus 3. Sorry, guys. First math of the night is difficult for me. So 5 piercing damage, and then 1d8 thunder damage. 5 piercing damage and 5 thunder damage.
Okay.
And the damage and it takes an additional 1d8 if it moves. So
it did
since
move.
it is now flying, it's going to be an additional 2 thunder damage.
Okay. So not okay. As you reach your blade out, as the creature flaps its wings and flies back up into the air, you see your daggers don't really dig. Oh, your daggers are magical or no? No, they're not.
No.
No, it's not. Okay, so the dagger doesn't dig in as deep as you expected it to, but the boom shockwave of the thunder damage does seem to bash against the creature and hurt it quite a bit, as you would expect. The next one is going to.
So is she close enough for me to use my reaction for a teammate being attacked?
No, she's way out of your range.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
The next one is going to go ahead and.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see where I'm at.
Going to go ahead and fly, and this one is going to go ahead and attempt to charm you as well, Clover.
Okay.
And I've already used my reactions.
That's okay. Wisdom saving throw.
Yep. You do have 1 level of exhaustion. Don't forget.
Okay, so
Saving
what does
throws
that
are not.
mean?
Well, I'm sorry.
Only
What?
ability checks are at disadvantage. Saving throws are not.
Okay.
Okay. That was a natural 20. I
Okay.
feel like that was kind of a waste of a natural 20, but I will take it.
Okay. So.
So that's a natural 24 at 24.
Okay. They're gonna fly back there.
Do I get an opportunity to attack on them as well?
You only get 1 attack of opportunity per round.
Do I?
You only have 1 reaction, correct?
Oh, is that a reaction?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, that is gonna end their turn. You are up, Clover.
Yeah, so bird lady zooms in, I stab her, she flies away. Other bird lady zooms in, then just flies away. I don't do anything, but in that moment, I pull out my light crossbow, and I kneel down and shoot up at the one closer to me, and shoot at that with steady aim.
Okay.
And that is a 16, 23 to hit.
That definitely hits.
28. And a sneak attack. Oh, 12, 18, 21 plus 4, 25 damage.
And you're
And
shooting.
that is a magical weapon.
And you're shooting at which one? This one or this one?
The one closer to me.
Okay. That's 25 damage. Okay.
25 piercing damage, yes.
All right. That is a pretty significant hit on it. And you see the bolt slam into this woman's side, and you see her bears her fangs down at you, and she pulls it out and slams it down to the ground. You'll pay for that one.
She says that, and I stick my tongue out at her.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
It does.
Finnick, you're up.
Okay. How far away is the furthest one from me?
45 feet.
Cool. Ooh. is it doing this? Forgive me. I am going to cast Mind Spike on the one furthest from me.
Mm-hmm.
At second level, so it needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. However, I'm going to be using my sorcery points to do heightened spell, so it has disadvantage on the
Okay.
saving throw.
So, wisdom saving throw. That's a natural 1.
Cool. So that is 3d8. And anything. So that is 14 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then on a failed save, I also always know the target's location until the spell ends.
Okay.
So it cannot become hidden from me, and if it's invisible, it gains no benefit from that condition.
Okay. Is that in your turn?
Yeah, that was action and bonus action.
Alrighty. Then next up is going to be Quell.
Okay. Quell is going to close his eyes and say, "All right, Melora, here we go." And he's going to cast Bless. And Clover, Gormrog, and Tristan smell the autumn leaves, feel a little bit of warmth, and you are all blessed.
Thank you.
And then he will, I don't know where he is.
Right here.
He'll move south in that case and try to get behind the tree.
Okay. Easy enough.
Cool. And how far in the air are the flying ladies?
This one's 20 feet in the air. This one's on the ground.
That one's on the ground. All right. Just because he's going to bonus action telekinetic shove the one in the air to try to bring it down 5 feet. It's a strength save 15.
Okay. That is yep, that's a failure. So it's going to drop down 5 feet.
Awesome. It's like
That's
a
cool.
gust of wind just like bats him down.
You see her wings kind of buckle against the pressure for a moment before she regains her composure, and her wings flap behind her, and she hisses towards you all.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. And then it'll bring us to Gormrog.
Remind me what Bless does, please?
You get a D4 once a round. No, or is it on everyone? It's a D4 on attacks, saves. I should have read it when I did it.
A D4 on attack rolls and saving throws.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that.
And it is to any, so every time, not just once.
Dope. Joe, how far away is the one that's on the ground from me?
50 feet.
50. God damn it. And the one that he just telekinetically shoved is still 15 feet in the air?
Correct.
I can't hit them. I'm gonna move to the front of the pack and just hold my action, hit them if they get close.
Okay.
Perfect.
No weapons, just me.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna punch them if they get close.
Okay. And then in your turn,
Yep.
Whisper, you are up.
And the one that's on the ground, how far is that from me?
They are. Where are you? They are 40 feet.
Okay, nah. Well, and the one in the air. Okay, so seeing that that one's too far, even though I really want to bonk it, I'm going to pull out my crossbow and try to hit the one in the air closer to me.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
And bless I add to.
Attack.
Sorry. Okay, that's a 4. I don't think I can do that. But would
I'm sorry, Whisper, but I'm only allowed to bless 3 people, and you didn't get
Okay.
it.
All right. Well, I didn't need it anyway. I got a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay.
What happened to our leaf people camaraderie? And that is a 9 points of damage.
Alrighty, and is that magical or not?
Not magical.
Okay.
Just a light crossbow.
It's a light crossbow?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that magical?
No.
No? No? Oh, okay.
Okay, does it end your turn, Whisper?
Oh, it's not +1. Okay.
Did you want to move at all?
Yeah. I want to move south, like down and to the left, to be right behind. Yes, right there.
Okay. And that ends your turn.
Yeah.
Which brings us back up to Tristan. You're up.
Right, who's sitting right next to me?
That's Finnick.
All right, so I'm going to use, before I do anything, I'm going to use bolstering mat. I'm gonna go to Finnick, and I'm going to walk up to her in rage. So I'm half, and put my hand on her shoulder or where I can see, and then you get a D3 whenever you do an ability check, or roll a D20. So you could roll a D3 to add on to that.
You also didn't
For 10
roll.
minutes.
You also didn't roll your wild magic, so go ahead and roll your wild magic.
Oh, that, yes, I did not do that. Let me get my
Okay, so I'm a little
wild
confused
search.
by your ability.
Is a
Will you explain
D8
to me
script.
when I use it.
2.
Oh no.
You teleport to 30 feet in unoccupied space until you can see your rage end. You can use this effect. Oh, what? I could do it when I want as a bonus action. Okay,
Yeah.
so I can teleport for 30 feet whenever I want, as a bonus action until this effect ends.
Okay.
So, okay. I thought I was gonna have to do it like wild, like blink, and just transform.
Right. So, and you're giving Finnick is a bonus action or an action?
No, it's not an action. She can just do. 1 second.
No. For you to give it to her, it's a bonus action or an action?
Oh, it's a bonus action.
For you to give it to her. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you still have your action and movement. What do you want to do?
Oh no, that's my action. I'm sorry, that's my action.
Okay, so you still have
And
a
my
bonus
bonus
action.
action is going to be to. So as I put my hand on her shoulder and give her that, I step forward, and you start to notice Tristan also getting getting a little bit bigger, and noticing his fangs growing like a lot larger than normally grow, his eyes going, and him turning into almost, what we're saying, a quarter into like a half a dragon, a quarter of a dragon, I guess we'll say. And he steps forward, and he doesn't seem very extremely elven or human-ish anymore. He seems more dragon than normal.
Do you want to move at all?
As he does that, I'm going to move forward
How far?
about right in front of the Right there. Yep, right there. Yes.
Okay. As you
And I'm
move.
going to end my turn. Yes.
Okay. As you when you turn, your rage fades because you were not attacked or hurt, or attacked, and that is going to end your turn. As you approach the flying creature in front of you, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Six.
Okay. The creature in front of you, while attractive, they instantly begin to glow in this bright aura, and you just are in awe of them. And you see them turn toward you. They float above you, and they reach a hand out. Come, Tristan. Fight for me, my champion. Be mine. And you feel pride and excitement swell in your heart. And you are charmed for 1 day.
1 day?
Yep.
While I'm charmed, do my effects still what I did? Does that still affect Finnick?
Do you have to maintain concentration on it?
I do not think so.
If you don't have to maintain concentration, then yes, it would stay there.
It says nothing about that.
Okay, so yeah, it would still remain.
Oh, okay.
Do you have advantage against being charmed?
Yes.
Not anymore.
No, I don't.
No.
Not anymore. I don't.
Okay. She is now going to fly up another 15 feet and then fly back 45 feet. Actually 30 feet, we'll go with. This one is going to... It's going to move 20 feet towards you. Then it's going to rise up 15 feet into the air. And Gormrug, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
Counter spell.
Okay.
Nice.
So she is going to then move 15 feet back. And
I think I'm just muttering like, "Fuck off."
None of you know
She did?
that Tristan has been charmed yet. Just a heads up. But that is going to end her turn, and that brings us to Clover.
Once again, with steady aim, I will shoot the same person I shot. Well, did she go behind a building? Is she hidden now?
Yeah, she's out of your line of sight.
Then, with steady aim, I am going to shoot the one that I can see.
Okay.
Let me get my dice ready.
You have 1 level of exhaustion, correct?
Yes.
So this is never mind. Carry on.
Okay.
Looking at 3 levels, Joe.
Yeah, I am.
I don't know. Okay. That is a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
28 plus 4 sneak attack. 16 damage.
Okay, you slam another bolt into this flying creature, and you see rip through her shoulder, and she kind of like, "Ah, you worthless whelp." That is your
That's
turn.
Rude.
Okay.
And that is all I do.
All right. Next up is Clover. Finnick.
Okay. Are those 2 creatures, are they within 20 feet of each other?
No.
I am going to gonna cast a 2nd level shatter on the one that's in front of us.
All right.
So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 10.
So that would fail.
Okay.
Okay. So that's 3. Ooh. Okay. So that's 20 points of thunder damage.
How much?
20.
20. All right. She, as you, as the effects, the slams against her body, her wings almost crumple behind her, and she drops down a little bit before recovering and flapping there. She is looking rough.
Don't. I can't do anything more. Bonus actions. That will be it.
I'm sorry. Does that end your turn, Finnick?
Yeah, that's it.
Quell, you're up.
Okay. So Tristan didn't make a move yet.
Correct.
So, okay. All right. In that case, he's just going to peek his head out and attempt to toll the dead on the closest one,
Okay.
which is a DC 15.
That's a fail.
Wisdom save. Okay. 2d8. Takes 6 damage.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Okay, well, told dead. Well, I see him obviously hurting, and so I just implore Melora to help him hear the death bells, and I guess his head kind of explodes.
You let forward the sound of the death bell, and you see the creature. Its head grips its head, and screams out before its head explodes outwards into this fiery, ashy inferno. Before its whole body quickly joins it, exploding backwards and evaporating off into the ether.
Nice. Quell whispers, "That was Melora, not me, guys." And that's, I can't see the other one, so he's just gonna go back to his cover behind the tree, and that's it.
Okay. Gormrog, you're up.
Demonstrated that one has gotten away. I'm gonna run forward.
How far?
35. So I should be in line with it from a meta perspective. Just there.
Okay.
Can I see it?
Yes.
How far is it from me?
It is 20 feet ahead and then 15 feet up.
Alright, so I'll move 10 feet in that direction. So my basic understanding of Pythagorean's theorem should indicate that she is now within 20 feet. And I'm going to throw 2 darts at her.
All right, go ahead and roll your attacks.
Nice.
The first is 17 plus 6 plus a bless d4.
Wait, what about bless?
So that's a total of 26
Oh yeah.
That hits.
for 5 points of non-magical piercing damage.
5 points of non-magical piercing damage. Okay.
And the second one, 14 plus 6 is a dirty 20
Okay, that hits.
for 6 points of non-magical piercing damage.
Okay. The 2 darts
Now
kind
I
of
am-
ting, ting, pierce against her skin before bouncing off. They deal a little damage, but not as much as you would have hoped for.
I am completely out of darts at this point. But unfortunately she is not close enough to punch, so I cannot take my bonus action to hit her. But where are my key point things? I'm gonna burn a key point and take the dodge action as a bonus action.
Okay.
So if she tries to hit me, it's at disadvantage.
Alrighty, Whisper, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna run forward until I can see her.
Okay.
How much movement did I use and how far away is she?
That's 30 feet. And then she is 25 feet and then 15 feet, so.
Okay, I'm gonna use my last 5 feet to move forward closer to her.
Okay.
And somebody who knows math can tell me how far away she is. From me.
35 feet, right?
It's somewhere between 25 and 35.
25. I was going with 25.
There.
Am I wrong?
20 and then up. She's
Round
up.
it out to about, she's up 15 over 20. So we're going to call it 30.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Has she been hit?
I'm agreeing
Yes,
with
she
that.
has been hit.
She's been hit a bunch.
Alright, I'm curious. I'm going to cast Charm Person on her.
Okay.
Ooh.
So wisdom saving
Yes, we're back.
That's fun.
Okay, what does she got to roll?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. That's fail, so.
Cool. So they're charmed for an hour or until we harm her. And so I will use my free action to be like, stop attacking. She's charmed.
Not gonna
What
lie,
is
I still want to
Tristan doing?
attack.
Okay, so she is charmed by you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, does that end your turn?
Yeah, by yelling that, yes, that will end my turn.
So it is now Tristan's turn. In your head, Tristan, you hear, "Come and defend me, my champion." So what do you want to do?
So while being charmed, I have not been charmed yet in this campaign. Do I have any control on what I do, or am I just...
You see this person as your best friend ever. She asks you to come defend her.
Mm-hmm.
And you are free to do what you want in regards to
So I am under
those.
the charm spell when she said that. Just
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So... Okay. I am going to turn around and when I turn around, I'm in this very bestial form, very, very serious one. And I'm going to just look at the first person that I don't know who's an enemy in my eyes. I'm going to look at the first person I see.
Well, there's Gormrog, which is ahead of you in front of your love. There's Whisper there, who is ahead of you. Clover is right next to you. And then Finnegan, the Quell are behind you.
Let's roll a d6 at this point.
I'm literally gonna go with who's the closest because I can't choose.
I'm
I'm gonna fight you, Tristan, but go for it.
Are you the closest?
I did
fight
just
me.
attack the
Right. She's asking you. She's asked you to come defend her. So.
Okay, so all right. So she was attacked by Gormrog.
Yeah.
All right.
That
I
would
was
take me by
getting ready.
fun.
All right. So if she said that, then I will go with that and attack Gormrog
All right.
after that with a. All right. So again, I'm not in my own mind, right?
Right. You're going to do everything you
I
can in
know
this
the terms,
moment.
though. I'm trying to find a way to make things easier for myself.
You're going to do everything you can in this moment. So you haven't. You have your rage available. You have.
Yes, I know. Okay, fine. Gormy, I am extremely horribly sorry. I'm going to go into rage, which is what I was going to rage.
Do it.
And go from bestial to like almost looking like a full-on dragonborn. Almost like with a bunch of my face going into random features, my nose getting a little bit bigger but still looking weird, my fangs being way past my chin, longer than they should be for my face.
Are you raging again or no?
Yes.
All right, roll another rage table for me.
And that is 4. Magic infuses zone one weapon of your choice, and that you're holding into your rage ends your weapon. It's force damage and gains light and thrown its properties of 20 feet range, long 60 feet. Okay, all right. So my weapon has a force range, force damage after doing damage. So while being in rage, I'm going to attack Gormrog.
Okay, it's going to be at disadvantage because you did take the dodge action.
Okay.
Did you bless Tristan Quell? I'm sorry. So
Yes.
you also
So
have the
I
bless,
roll
so you get to
D4.
add a d4.
Yep.
Well, shit.
It doesn't matter because that equals that. It was an 18 and a 3.
Okay.
So that's 6 now. But I can also infuse that with. Nope, that doesn't help that at all. So I miss.
Okay.
You're
It's
over
6.
level 5, you have an extra attack.
I do. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack. At disadvantage again.
While he's doing it, he's spitting and blaring. Swear to God, it's a 4. Thank God. So 4, 10.
Okay.
Oh, and the last one was also a 6 plus the 3, so that would have been a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would have been a 12. I don't think it hits though.
Okay.
On the class is 16.
All right.
All right, so then, all right, we're good.
That ends your turn, Tristan?
Yes.
All right. Seeing as how she is now charmed, she is going to fly down behind Tristan and whisper. Are you giving her any command or no? Or you just... Okay. I'm going to say, based off the way Whisper said her charm, she is going to go ahead and kiss you, Tristan. So go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus.
9.
Clover's about
plus
to rage.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15, okay.
Yes.
So you do pass the save, but you take half damage.
Okay.
From a kiss?
Got a
What
Dementor
kind?
in here.
That is
Taking full damage.
8, 16,
Emotional damage.
Have fun.
26,
Oh shit.
31, halved. So 15. You take 15 psychic damage. And your max hit points is reduced by 15. So you cannot heal from this.
Oh, I did that already. So I was okay. All right.
So you cannot heal until you take a long rest. But go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
Natural, fucking 20.
Okay. So as she kisses you on the cheek and you feel your life force begin to be sucked out through her lips, you snap back in your rage-filled moment and turn to see this creature behind you that you previously were enamored with now return to her demonic form. But that is going to end her turn.
All right. I made a mistake with I took that damage. So do I have to go back to my regular damage? And
What?
then
No, you took 15 points of damage, right?
Okay. And
But
that's there.
yeah, it can't be healed. That's the point.
Got it.
That ends her turn. Clover, you're up.
Clover is going to use 30 feet of movement to get as close as possible. And then another 15 feet of movement with her bonus action rabbit hop to get into crossbow range. So just move me 2 over and 1 up. Yeah. And then she's going to shoot her crossbow
Okay.
at the flying person.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
I told everyone to not hit her.
Yeah, but then she attacked Tristan and kissed him. So Clover's not thrilled about it. So, lucky it was only a 15 to hit.
That still hits.
Oh, okay. Cool. For me, not for Whisper. And that was 12 damage, even without any sneak attack, so that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Sorry.
What does she have to roll now, Whisper? What is it, a wisdom saving throw for you?
No, she's not charmed anymore.
Oh, it just ends? Okay.
Yeah, if she gets attacked by, let me just read it again. Yeah.
I think it's if she just takes any damage. The charmed effect ends.
Or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. So it's not just any damage, it's just me and my companion. So yeah.
Okay.
You know, me and my impulsive control issues.
All right, does that end your turn, Clover?
Uh-huh.
All right, Finnick, you're up.
Oh, God, I'm so far away. I guess I will move my full 30 feet. Am I able to see her or no?
No, you got a pretty hard look on that corner there. She's behind it.
Gross.
You can see Tristan, but he's got about half cover.
Well, seeing that Tristan just attacked Gormrog and I'm just confused, I'm just gonna use my action to cast Blade Ward on myself.
Okay. Then your turn?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Quell.
Okay. How far up can he move with his movement?
What's your speed?
30.
30?
Cool. So probably no line of sight from there.
No.
Okay, in that case, he will do a Fey teleportation
Mm-hmm.
to not Misty Step, but to teleport another 30 feet.
Okay.
He's going to get 10 feet from the bad lady, who's on the ground now, right?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, he's going to up there by her in an explosion of autumn leaves. And with that, he's going to have her do a DC 15 wisdom save.
Okay, that's a natural 1.
Okay, and now she's charmed.
Okay. Does she have advantage because of the hostile nature or anything?
Let's see. It says immediately after you face step, up to 2 creatures of your choice that you can see within 10 feet must succeed on a wisdom save or be charmed for 1 minute, or until your companions deal any damage to the creatures.
Okay. All right. So she is charmed once more.
Okay, and he will reach out to her, and he'll say, "That's enough. Time to stop fighting." And he's just going to use his action to... he's going to do the dodge action.
Okay. Next up is Gormrog.
So since my last turn, my best friend was called over by this thing. He attacked me twice and missed twice.
Him attacking you, very similar to when he attacked you in the dream.
Oh.
And then she came down and kissed him. And then did his transformation subside?
No, he is still raging and is still with his other form up. So he is full-blown dragon man right now.
All right. And do I know that Q has charmed this thing?
He said what he said out loud, and you saw her body kind of relax. So I would say, yeah, you're probably picking up on it.
So I would pick up on that. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna just lovingly smack Tristan in the forehead. And say, "Not me, you idiot." And just kind of hold my action to hit this thing if it breaks out of its charm again.
All right. Whisper, you're... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'd rather talk to it than fight it.
Okay. Whisper, you're up.
Yeah, seeing what happens, I will hold my crossbow, hit if it breaks out of a charm,
Okay.
and that's my turn.
All right, Tristan, you're up.
I'm still charmed, right?
No, you're no longer charmed.
Oh, okay. No, all right. So I am going to. I'm still in my rage, right?
Yep, you're raging, and your animal form is still up.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to the closest thing. That's right next to. I'm going to go with. What's the closest thing right now to me? Attack.
To attack, there's only the one succubus left.
Yeah, I'm going to go right to that, and go right at him, and go for a regular sword attack.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
I'm not going to hit anything because he's in a rage.
Kill it.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
That'll hit.
Can I silvery barbs that?
Go ahead.
Because hearing that people want to talk to it, so Tristan, you're rolling at disadvantage. And I will give advantage to...
Oh, damn, 3, so
Or
that's a 6. That's 6, 7, 8,
Okay,
9.
so Tristan, as you turn to swing at the succubus, you hear Finnick call out, and you feel a spike burn into your mind momentarily as she tells you no, and your wrist twists in the attack, missing it.
I go to rush at the attack, and I go for it in full force, and as I go, something happens, and I just fall backwards and stop and turn around.
Okay. That in your turn? Does anyone want to do anything? Just-
When it's my turn.
Okay.
Are we still going in turns or not?
Well, that's what I was saying. I was just, if no, everyone wants to just say, like, oh, I just want to talk to it, we can just skip to that. But if...
I'm just going to talk during my
Okay.
turn.
All right, then
That
we'll come out of
seems like
combat.
What everyone wants to do.
Okay. So shifting out of combat. You, having successfully charmed this creature, all gather around as she kind of tucks her wings behind her back.
I'm pulling Tristan away.
But also, it's only charmed for a minute.
Yeah, and Quell will let everyone know. We only have a minute. Then he'll turn to her and say, "Answer all questions posed by my friends, kindly."
Sure.
Who are
sweetheart.
you and why are you doing this?
I am a creature from another realm, and I'm doing this because this is what I was told to do.
By who?
By the one who put me in, the one who is running this whole operation.
What is their name?
You know we don't know the true names.
What is the name that you call them?
I call them the Moon Scar. He goes
The
by...
Moon-
He is the Moon Scar. He is the White Death. He is the harbinger of light and darkness.
Where do we
It's-
find this harbinger of light and darkness?
Well, he's in that fool's body sometimes. Sometimes he's in the cave, waiting for his moment.
Who's the fool?
I don't know his name. The one of the girl's brother, or whatever they call him.
Bellin. Does that sound familiar?
Your mortal names don't mean shit to me.
You don't mean shit to me. Sorry, guys. That was very unlike me. I'm gonna take a step back. You guys can take care of this from here.
God, getting Taz worked up.
Are there more of you in this town?
We're everywhere.
Are you causing the nightmares?
Who else would?
How do you cause the nightmares?
It's just the way my people are. This is how long till the thing ends.
25 seconds.
Erenbor's readying a Toll the Dead for when he notices the charm wear off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna step into melee range. I'm getting ready to punch her.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Were you sent to attack just us?
I attack all those that are in my grasp.
I'll get him out of the body of the fool.
Do you only come out at night?
I'm currently trying to.
And with that, as you see her eyes flutter, as the charm ends, you all unleash the final strike. What are you doing, Whisper? Sorry.
All right. I had mine ready to.
Yeah, all of you, in one swift movement, just eviscerate this succubus's body. It turns and bursts into flames and burns away as ash and mist turning and disappearing into the sky. And with that, that's where we're going to call it for the night.
Damn it.
It is freaking late, so I get it, but yay, that was fun. I love combat.
Normally it's like the whole like yeah I know, but no, we need like 5 more minutes.
All right.
Them's was some good information getting at the end.
Yeah, that was clutch.
Moonscape, White Death, Fool's Body. Nice. Good job, everyone.
All right. First off, thank you to Adam for joining us tonight.
Very welcome.
I hope you can make it for the next game next week.
Nope, Quell just disappeared.
Yeah.
I'm noticing a theme here.
Up and leave.
Let's see. So we will be back next week with the next episode of Forging Fates. Tomorrow we have episode 2 of Spell Shots. So tune into that tomorrow. Whisper, do you know who the guest is or no?
No.
Okay, so surprise guest. That will be same bat time, same bat place. Again, if there were any clips during the show that was really funny or really exciting that you want to clip for us on Twitch, by all means, I will do my best to try and get those into Reels, TikTok, Shorts, whatever they go by these days. Besides that, does anyone have anything? Alrighty then. Well, with that,
Check out the merch in our merch shop. You
We-
can get cool t-shirts like this.
yes, we have our Pride merch, which is up for sale. Where are we at? Anything else? Okay, I think that's it. So with that, we're going to go to our ending soon screen, and we're going to go ahead and raid someone. If anyone's got any raids, by all means, shout them out. We'll go ahead and pick one of them in the minute that I have before I do such. Alrighty, with that, have a good night. Love you, geeks.
Bye.
So much.